Well, since it's especially wild since we haven't talked the past few weeks, and these past few
Yeah.
episodes have been all over the place. Absolutely, like I couldn't believe when I started this week's episode and I saw that we were back in the town, and I
By the
was like,
way, this week's episode is what I wanted like fucking 3 weeks ago. Remember? I was like, please fill in the patch of how they get to the town, how like right after the aftermath of the city being destroyed, and yeah, we needed this like 4 weeks ago, dude. But yeah, they gave it to me. They just gave it to me way down the road. So, what do you make of it so far, bro?
well, like initially I was like, okay, they're doing exactly what I was like what I expected. You know, like initially, like the guy is all like devastated, and it's like okay. But then after showing him sad once, they were like, okay, we showed him sad enough, and then he's just back to being all happy and like it's like he sees someone from the town that was completely, you know, and all his family just all gone. He's like, oh, like hey, it's this person. Hey, look, they didn't die. That's cool. It's like
Yeah, that was weird.
so like seeing his reactions were like it felt so not genuine. Like
You know what's the problem, dude? We can sit here and complain about that, right? How it feels forced. But what if there's an episode in between this one that takes place right before? You know what I mean? Like it's so hard to judge a show like this because if you have an aspect that you're going to complain about, you don't know if it's going to be touched on because it's being given to you out of order. You know what I mean? So maybe
no
that's not his.
indication.
What's up?
We don't know. We don't know like when it's like oh are we gonna is this like a skip forward, a skip back? It's like it isn't. They don't care. They just show whatever they want to show. It's like if there was some like indication of like you know like maybe at the end of like that episode where like thing got destroyed, like it showed like some crazy lines or like some indication that like something we're missing something, so like something's getting cut out. You know.
Yeah.
It's just someone's like ripped out all the pages, start shuffling the pages together, and they're just like, yeah, we'll just read it like how it is. It's like,
Well,
you
yeah, and
can't just do that.
that's a great analogy. The analogy I was thinking of is being you go. You know how we always see the food analogies. Go into a restaurant and first they feed you dessert, then they give you a little bit of your dinner, then they give you an appetizer, and then you're back to your dinner. Then they give you the second entree of dessert. It's just all fucking out of order. But yeah, I like the pages. That's a really good analogy. We've had time to think about this. Here's the thing, though. I like every page I read. I like what I'm reading. The problem is I don't know how to follow this because it's out of fucking order. You know? Uh, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess, but you did touch on something I didn't think about. His what's his name?
Makoto.
Hawthorne. His reaction was horrendous. I mean, for him to make it believable in the audience that his whole city got devastated, and for him to kind of shrug it off as bullshit. But you know what? I didn't even realize that because this show is so out of order. If it was given to us in normal order, I would have been like, "Whoa, that's kind of out of place." But yeah, I didn't even think of it. Good job bringing that up. I mean, I feel like the animation looks good. The fight scenes are good. I don't
The
know what the
tits are
fuck.
nice.
The tits are nice, but I don't know what the fuck I'm watching, dude. It's all over the place, man. I thought it was
Hmm.
because when we first discussed it in our last episode, I was thinking, okay, like they gave it to us a little bit out of order, but now we're gonna kind of get back on track. But no, no,
So
it's completely fucking out of order, you know?
yeah, we still haven't gone back to see what her response was to Makoto and the priest. So maybe that's in like a
That's
few weeks.
I think that's the farthest point in the story, right?
Yeah, currently, yeah.
But even I'm not even sure, dude. I don't even know. Uh I don't even know, dude. And then like sometimes there's like you'll have two events happening at the same like simultaneously. That gets hard to keep in your mind. I'm not sure if we've had a flashback or not, but dude, like I'm not like most anime fans, man, right? Like most anime fans can watch 20 shows at a time and have no problem. I'm not like that, okay? I didn't start watching seasonally until 2018, 2019. I think 2019 is when I started really watching seasonally. So the fact that we have 6 on this weekly roundup, I got a backlog. I have even a whole different list of other shows I just want to watch before I die. The fact that I have to watch all these shows, and this isn't Peach Boy Riverside's fault, but it is in a sense. And that if you give me a regular show with just a normal plot, it's already hard for me to remember shit. It's already difficult for me to remember the names, remember where everyone is. All the time, I go back to like a previous episode. I skim through it. I'm like, okay, here is where we left off. I already am monkey brain and forget shit. So the fact that you're giving me a show while I'm watching a bunch of others, and you're going to give it to me completely out of order, uh, it's ruining the experience. You know, I was hoping I could watch the show and be like, all right, it's out of order, but have it in the back of my mind that, you know, eventually we'll get a Blu-ray release. Eventually we'll know what the chronological order is. We can, whenever I go back to rewatch the show, I can watch it in a specific order. But, you know, I'm not from the future. Like, we're reviewing this weekly, and if we're gonna be reviewing this weekly, yeah, I'm not liking how the broadcast order. The broadcast order is almost ruining the experience for me. Is it ruining your experience, or how do you feel about it?
Like, I don't even know how to feel about it. Like sometimes, like it's like, okay, this is something nice. Like that the episodes before with Frau and what happened there, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Something actually nice is happening here. Something cool is
Yeah,
happening here. And then just like it's like, oh, I'm in this nice happy place, like, oh, this is nice. And then it just, well, okay, let me see what happens next episode. And then we're like in a completely different place. It's like, oh, come on, I wanted to see some more of that. So it's just like
yeah,
it keeps throwing me for a loop. It's like, oh, I'm having a nice time. And it whiplashes me back. You know, it's like, ooh, it's like, wait, where am I now? Wait, oh, who's this? Wait, what year? How many days ago was this? You know,
I
it's like
know.
I'm just like, okay, I'm like looking at all this little different signs and what people are saying. It's like, okay, where are we? Is like, is this like right after the attack? Is this before the Coliseum? After Coliseum? Is this
Yeah,
before all of that? This is even before everything. It's like, it's just all. It's just I'm just being whiplashed all over the place. You know, like I imagine, you know, in the future, once there's like the, you know, the chronological release, it's like it's gonna be a lot smoother ride. But currently, we're just
yeah.
being thrown all over the place. You know.
Well, yeah, all the comments for the show are, "Oh, only 5 more weeks until we can watch it chronologically." You know, like, people are bagging on the show. Again, we love the analogies here on the Weeb Retreat. So yeah, Whiplash. When you ride a ride, right, a roller coaster, Whiplash every once in a while is fun, right? You're like, "Whoa, what's going on?" But if you have a ride that's constantly giving you whiplash, that's gonna hurt your fucking neck by the end of it. You know what I mean? So every once in a while to spice up the ride is fine. We like we like turning points and you know, whiplash as we call it, but to have that every single week is no fun, you know, no bueno. So yeah, it's sort of ruined. But here's the thing: every episode is like good, right? Like, I don't really have a problem with the show. Like, it looks good,
Yeah,
the
like the
production's
Frau
good.
episodes was nice. The Nun episode, like I remember these episodes as their own like little things, but
Yeah,
it's kind of hard just to put it all as one series, you know?
I like that we know why Carrot's called Carrot now. Oh, I liked her. I don't know if it was this week's or last week. This is all fucked up in my brain right now. But I like that the fight with the one guy, and she
The,
wanted
the
to kill
vampire.
the vampire. She wanted to kill the town because it was all humans, but then she wanted to stick up for Frau. I like that a lot. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Hmm.
But unlike you, my brain is so, like, I can't even classify it as I don't even know what the fuck I'm watching at this point. It's all a mishmash of scenes to me at this point. So I'm sure that this is a good anime. It's hard to get into, but I'll leave you with the
Hmm.
final thoughts for this week's episode.
Yeah, well, there's some little things that I wanted to push up on because we brought it up beforehand, and you know, and some new stuff, spicy new stuff is, but you know, well now we learned, you know, I think you said it before. You were like, oh, did Makoto and Sally meet up before this? Like, why isn't Sally like, you know, reacting to him when she saw him at the Coliseum? It's
Well, that's why
because
my question
because
got
they already
answered.
met. Yep, they already met
See, and that's what I was
beforehand.
saying. You had a complaint, and I said that might be rectified. My complaint was rectified, right? So I had a complaint, and it turned out, oh, well, if I watched it in the chronological order, that wouldn't be a complaint because I would have seen that they would have met. But watching it broadcast order, it's like, what the fuck? That's her reaction to him. It made no sense. But um, some of these complaints get rectified and they make sense if you watch it normally, but we're not watching it normally. So we have complaints that aren't even really complaints. You know what I mean? It's yeah. Sorry, I just cut you off again. I have a bad habit of
No
that.
problem, no problem.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, and then the latest thing from the latest episode with Carrot and the priest are working together. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's well, were they working together? Are they working together? I
No.
don't know. I don't know anymore. It's like
Yeah.
was that just like a was that like a thing beforehand, and then somehow during these next episodes before we get to the current latest point, then that relationship won't be together. It's like I don't know what's going on here. Like,
Well, we
okay,
know from last week's that she turns on the ogres, but is she turned on the priest? I don't know, dude. It's just like, are you enjoying it at this point, or are you not enjoying it? Like, where's your enjoyment for the series right now?
it's all like I really liked the few episodes ago. I think it was like 3 episodes ago with like the Frau and like her dying, and then like she's
was
like
badass.
not a. So it's like okay, this is
dude,
cool.
We didn't even talk about that. The fucking angel that comes out of nowhere, and she's like, "You want to be revived, or you want to be reincarnated?" I'm like, "Whoa." That's some world building that we have not seen yet. Who the fuck is this angel? What is Frau? Because Frau's not a demi-human or an ogre. My subs say they, as if to say the pronoun isn't he or she. So I guess it's not a he or she. It's a they. I guess I don't know. But they're not ogre or demi-human. Apparently, there's something else like the black wings they had. But yeah, dude, it's just hard.
An angel,
fucking yeah, maybe Frau's a fucking angel, dude. I have no idea. It's out of order, man. It's hard to follow this shit. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Certainly interesting.
It's interesting.
I would love to watch this in order. I think I'd like it 10 times fucking more.
But that's not how the studio's gonna give it to us, unfortunately. So it's
unfortunately.
just like, well, like I feel like watching this like release order wise, it's like it's like a few. It seems like it's gonna be a few points down for when it's actually gonna be all out and completed and chronological. It's like
it's
like imagine someone just like gave you recommended you a show, but just like put a randomize on those episodes. So it's like you're probably not gonna enjoy the show as much, just like being thrown all over the place. But like the content's still technically still all good once you put it all in a normal. But it's like,
it's like someone makes a playlist of a bunch of random clips. Like imagine someone's like, dude, watch Dragon Ball Z, and they give you all the fights in Dragon Ball Z, but they're completely random. You have Goku versus Cell, then Goku versus Frieza, and then like they just give them to you in a complete random order. Like, could you enjoy the fights and all the clips that you see? Yeah, they're all badass, but you'll have no idea what the fuck you're watching. You know what I mean? All the context is stripped of it. I'm not saying that this is as bad as that, but I'm not enjoying it. Almost. So yeah, guys and gals, the weebs out there, are you guys watching Peach Boy Riverside? Worst title ever. And the order that we're getting them, the broadcast order, is the worst order ever as well. But are you guys enjoying the actual content, or are you guys gonna wait for the broadcast to be over so you can watch it chronologically? I see a bunch of comments saying that. So comment down below. We would love to hear what you guys think about the series. Or are you guys not even watching it? You're just hearing about the shit show that's unfolding with Peach Boy Riverside. Please let us know.